Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Marc Knows Everybody. It's been a freaking stressful day for me today, especially with the weather kicking up the way it is and me driving in it on the freeway. One thing that you're not supposed to do in traffic, especially here in the state of Florida, and they try to stress that to everyone, but for some reason there's always one, and that is you never drive in a rainstorm with your hazards on. Do not drive in a rainstorm with your hazards on, okay? Obviously, there are people who don't care and they're gonna drive home with their hazards on, so whatever. Anyway, Marc Knows Everybody is a show that I did not name. Other people named it for me. And basically, it's a show, since I've worked with a lot of celebrities in the 35 plus years of moderating and hosting shows around the world, I still have a bunch of friends who I have never actually paid more attention to them in an interview session than I have a lot of the celebrities. And that's what I've decided to do with this show that I've created. This is episode number 11, by the way. So I've had more than 22, 23, 25 people on this show, if I've done that math right. Yeah, times two. Yes, okay. What I found out is a lot about my own friends that I had no clue. And that's what this show focuses on. Please excuse my background. This is my house. It's in disarray. I'm having construction work done in the house and everything's a little crazy right now. Today, or tonight, shall I say, I have two incredible guests. And I am really, really happy. Yes, Lorraine, 11, and I'm still waiting for you. I'm really, really happy to have these guests, these three to be exact, as well as all the other guests I've had in the past. You're going to see for the first 30 minutes, okay, Marcus Roberts, Marcus H. Roberts. I like to be called Marc B. Lee. I have to ask Marcus if he prefers to be called Marcus H. Roberts. And my other two good friends are Tracy and Stan. The Konopkas. Oh my God, I say that fast 3 times. The Konopkas. Anyway, two more fans on the list. Episode 11, guys, by the way. I may have an episode 12 on Friday. I may not. I'm waiting for a response for a very special person that I want to be on the show on Friday, and I have not gotten a response from them yet, so I'm holding off. Watch out Saturday morning cartoon show that I normally do with my two co-hosts. But let's go ahead and concentrate on this show. Let me tell you a little bit about this gentleman. My good friend Marcus H. Roberts, okay? I've only met this guy once, but that was all I needed, okay? But he is the COO at Second Sight Publishing, LLC, which is a freelance, he's as a freelance writer, I can't read today, and comic creator. That's the big point there, the comic creator. A regular contributor at worldofblackheroes.com. Visit that site, worldofblackheroes.com, and independencecreatorsconnection.com, independencecreatorsconnection.com. He is the creator of the Protector comic book and writer of Hedge Hollow, which were both nominated for Glyph Comics Awards in 2019 and 2020, and is included in volumes 5 and 7 of the 4-page, 16 bars comic anthology. You guys keeping up with me here? Which is published by Griot Enterprises. Some of his written credits include Sonica Ellis's Hedge Hollow series, Braze Jones, The Indomitable Black Assassin, the Horn Island trilogy, and from Caliber Comics, Mississippi Zombie and Second Sight Publishing presents Harvest of Horrors, and a contributor to the independent comic magazine ICC. Marcus, this is why I show pictures every time I do a show. No one's going to remember this, but they always remember images. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's give a nice round of applause for Mr. Marcus H. Roberts.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I don't have my sound effects. So you have to deal with it. Buddy boy, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Well, this is the image I want them to remember the most.
Which image? Hold on. Let me give him a better look. All right, guys. Don't throw up in your stereo right now, but there's a better one. If you don't know his name, that's enough right there. If you want to see some more of his face, look, you can't get over this, right? This is This is the handsome Mr. Roberts. Although you are better looking now than you are in this shot. So let's take this down off the screen. And there you go. That's the one I wanted. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm doing good. I cannot complain. I live in Florida.
I say that to a lot of my up north friends too. They have no clue.
And I don't try to rub it in or anything like that.
No. But, please do. I like calling them in February.
Oh man, it's always January, February when it's like blue and white and gray and all other 49 states.
Yeah. What you doing, Mark? Oh, I'm here at the beach. Here, let me show you. You know,
yeah.
So it's. I agree with you. Yes, Stan and Tracy, I see you in the lobby. She just private messaged me to see if I could see her. And well, no, you kind of turned your camera off, Tracy, so I can't see you in that respect. But yes, I agree. The Florida climate, I'm not a fan of the mentality down here because we are in a red state, of course. But go ahead.
Even being in the red state, as a comic book creator, we got some of the best comic fans that I've seen. And then with all the comic conventions, it is always a plus because we're talking 3 or 4 conventions a month for at least 10 months out of the year.
Yeah, when our next guests come on after you, they're big convention people too. And, you know, it's hard to explain. Yes, there are great conventions. I've been to San Diego Comic-Con. I've been to New York Comic-Con. I know what they're like. You know, I'm a regular at Dragon Con, so I fly to Atlanta every year for that. But you're right about fandom. It's the weather. I mean, in December, you could, you know, be in your anime costumes, scantily clad or whatever, and not catch a cold. You know,
exactly.
It's fantastic. It's just absolutely fantastic. But we're here to talk about you, brother. COO at Second Sight Publishing. Tell me how this came about, as well as your career writing comics as an independent comic writer, which a lot of people aren't sure what that is. So you might want to delve into that a little bit as well.
All right. Well, I actually got started with the World of Black Heroes. I did comic book reviews. I did character bios, and I started doing interviews of different independent comic book creators. And through doing those interviews and writing the different articles, it just became obvious that I was more interested in the comic side than doing the journalistic side. So I got an offer from a friend who I interviewed that if I did a comic book, he would publish it. So, and this is what I was telling you about. When we first met, this was 2019, we were doing a con in Daytona. And I was on a couple of panels. Well, we were on a panel together, and you sat in on one of the panels that I did. And at that time in 2019, I actually didn't have a comic book out. The Protector came out like a month later. And then things just took off from there. The COO part came in because with me doing a lot of writing on different people's things, Bradley Golden approached me to write on Mississippi Zombie. And then from Mississippi Zombie and getting to know him personally, we realized that, you know, we both had aspirations of publishing comic books, not just being creators. So we formed together 2020 and launched Second Sight Publishing in May of 2020. And that's where things took off. That's where we're at right now.
Let me ask you a little bit about independent comic creators. What makes them different than, and excuse my French on this, the big boys that are out there right now? And I remember when it was only DC and Marvel, and I think Image came along, I think probably shortly after that. So tell me, what's this independent comic creators? Who are they? What's going on?
Well, the biggest thing is we are a group of guys who we want to make comic books. Our passion is comic books. Our passion is telling good stories or creating good stories. And we have just not hit that level where, you know, we're getting paid thousands of dollars for our scripts, or our books hadn't had the exposure where they're selling thousands of copies, and we're getting a decent paycheck off of that. So as an independent creator, you find many of us, 95% of us, have what we call the day job. Even if it's at night, it's still the day job. It's the job that pays the bills, that helps us get money together to do our projects. And then cons, that's where the cons are really important. I mean, you know, the guys that work at Marvel, they may do cons, but they don't really need to do cons but for an independent creator, this is where you get out. This is where you take your book, you meet fans, you meet the public, you try to get interest in your book and build a fan base. That way, as you continue to put books out, then you can build from that and hopefully build a big enough following where you can quit the day job because you're making enough money.
Yeah, what I've noticed in my travels are more and more people of color at the table. We call them the vendors room. The dealers room is the classic name for them. And I've noticed in the artist gallery, or the artist galley, at every convention, you see more people of color, whether they're artists or they're writers or literally like yourself, or, you know, part of the publishing end of this. And I've seen, and I don't know if I'm seeing them more in the urban city conventions, or in fact, am I seeing them all around? I think I am basically seeing them all around. What's your experience in terms of dealing with your fellow people of color in that category of comic creation?
Well, I don't even think, I know. A lot of it has to do with your location. Because some of the cons that I have attended, one of the cons in particular, the Motor City Con up in Detroit. All right, it's in October. I live in Florida. When I went, it actually snowed. And I was like, wow, you know. But for them there, for the people there in Detroit, you know, that's no biggie. It snowed. Okay, it's another day. But what my point is, because that con is there and it's in that urban setting, you will find a lot more blacks that attend those cons because it's there. You don't see too many who will travel outside of that area because they have cons that are there in the urban setting.
Plus, it's expensive to travel to other cons.
Exactly. I'm planning on going out to the Tupelo Con next month.
What is that? I've never heard of that one.
In Tupelo, Mississippi.
Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. Okay.
Yeah. So expensive is the word.
Yeah.
But here in Florida, I mean, because there are a lot of cons, because of just how the urban areas look, you know, you see more cons that I guess we would call integrated, diverse. I mean, because these are the only cons that's happening. You do find like my friend Tanisha Mitchell in the Tampa Bay Black Authors Expo.
All right.
Jeff Carroll in the Florida Lit Con. You do have some cons that, you know, that specifically want to draw in black artists, black creators to give them exposures. Well, for the most part, you know, the cons here are wide open for everybody. So if you are a person of color who is a comic book creator, then, you know, MegaCon is where you want to go.
Right.
Florida SuperCon is where you want to go. These cons are big, they're wide open, and the fans aren't looking at color, they're looking at comics.
Right.
It's been my experience that of course you're going to have some people walk by, but that's people of all races, all nationalities, all origins. Either they're interested or they aren't. But I have just as many people, I make just as much money, make just as many sales to, you know, at a con in Bradenton as I would if I went up to New York.
Right. And it really pisses me off every time I hear the terminology, the first black this, the first black that. You know what? It's not the fact that it's our color, it's the fact that we've been beating everybody in terms of producing our product. Let me ask you something about uh, the Falcon, okay, literally just that character, the Falcon, and Black Panther. These were basically the two African American characters that, and literally one of them is truly African and not American at all. But these were the first characters that we've actually seen in mainstream superhero movies, whereas everyone's been either, you know, black, blue, green, pink, but rarely did you see that tan skin in terms of a major superhero. And now with Netflix, Disney Plus putting out, you know, the whole Marvel universe, including the Falcon, and then went on and made literally a miniseries, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And of course, with Black Panther being one of the top grossing movie ever, does that kind of close in the gap a little bit more between black people reading black comics and white people reading white comics? Are we seeing more white people reading more black comics? And I mean, as black people, we had no choice. That was all out there. Was the white comics. What have you seen? What have you observed in this last decade? I would say, or 15 years at least.
Well, first, I have to hit you with one more first black.
Okay,
and that is when we talk about comics, when we talk about the origin and history of comics. The very first comic, the very first thing that they put together and said, hey, we're going to call this a comic book, was a collection of Mandrake the Magician's. And Mandrake the Magician's assistant was Lothar.
Lothar, yes.
So from the very beginning, from the early onset, there have been black characters in comic books. And then when you look at the description of Lothar, he wasn't described as Mandrake's manservant or slave. He was his assistant, like the person who assisted him. And there's another character around 1939 or so called the Red Mask that was in Best Comics.
Oh, okay.
This was a black character, even on the cover of the very first issue.
Wow.
It ran 4 issues, and by issue 3, they had whitewashed the cover. So the character on the cover appeared white, but still on the interior pages, he was black.
Aha, I did not know that.
Even the great Matt Baker, who was a black artist, was well known for, or called a master of the feminine form because of how well he drew women in comics. He had a character that came out called Voodoo.
Wow.
Which was a black character, and we're talking like around 1940 something. So we've had a presence.
Yeah.
Even when we went through the periods where we were more stereotypical than anything.
Right.
But we've always had a presence. The thing now is it's becoming more exposed.
Yes.
As history books are opening up, as people are going back and learning about, Black Panther definitely sparked things.
Yes.
But it sparked the conversation that, was this the start, or how long have these characters been here? Right. Because even on the publishing level, you've had black publishers that they've been around, been very successful. One of the ones that I even patterned our company after was Fitzgerald Publishing, Bertram Fitzgerald, the Golden Legacy comic books of the late 60s and early 70s.
Right.
This man was ahead of his time as a publisher because he had contracts and had deals with AT&T and American Airlines and Pepsi and Coke that actually purchased his books to give out and give away. And this is how he funded his printing and distribution.
Wow. Awesome. Hey, I got a question for you from Ireland. My friend here from Ireland, and I did not know this, so maybe you can answer it. Basically, why do you suppose Lothar was rewritten as Caribbean?
It all boils down to writers' freedom. Because when you retcon a character as a writer, you say, okay, well, I don't really like the way he was, so this is how I think he should be now. Yeah. So the writer who did that felt maybe he didn't he shouldn't be African, but instead be Caribbean.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Most of the time, it's something simple like that. You know, it's not some devious scheme or contrived plan like that.
Right.
It's simply the writer says, okay, I think it would work better as this because it fits in the story I want to tell versus what he originally was.
Okay, man. All right. So we're still doing good on time here. We got a little bit left here. I'm really happy. So let me ask you, out of the independent comics that you've been associated with, okay, and comic, and without not being too biased, what would you recommend the strongest for people to try to find and get a hold of and entertain themselves? What would you suggest?
Well, okay, I'll suggest one from my company and one outside the company.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
You know, right now, one of the hottest titles that we have is the Duplicant series.
Ooh,
by Duplicant by Carla Nappi. The story of a pandemic outbreak that affects the organs, and a company who has come along and found a way to recreate organs to replace those that are damaged with this virus, but it comes at a cost. And if you can't afford these organs, you become like an indentured servant for this company. Duplicant, that is one of the hot titles that we have going right now. And outside of my company, that's kind of hard because I read so much. I'm like hooked right now on some of the Wingless comic stuff. I'm hooked, always been hooked on the Bitter Root. Bitter Root, like that is one of the best things going now.
Okay, while, excuse my not looking at you in your eyes, but while you mentioned that, I was doing a little investigating here. Am I looking at the series itself?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's sort of it says it's like Minority Report meets Repo Men.
Exactly. Because it's set in the future. And just a little brief info about Carla. There was a show that came on USA Network, Suits. Carla actually was one of the writers for Suits. And even more interesting, if I'm telling this correctly.
Oop. Go ahead. You're breaking up just a little bit.
Carla's grandfather was the artist that did the covers for the Hardy Boys series, the books back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was like mind-blowingly interesting because I'm familiar with the Hardy Boys.
I am too.
And then seeing that lineage there, knowing her grandfather was this artist that was creating these cool covers, and now to see what she's doing, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So, hey guys, you heard them. Look up the Duplicants. Is it Duplicants in plural or Duplicant?
Singular.
Singular. Okay, the Duplicant. Okay, so look this up, Duplicant, and this is through your company,
my company, right? Second Sight Publishing. Issue 1 and issue 2 is already out. Issue 3 would probably be hitting the preview magazines in September.
Okay, so that looks good reading here. Is it regular comic book size or is it graphic novel size?
Yes, it's a regular comic book size.
Okay. Awesome. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, it's a great read. When we first took a look at this book, it was like, yeah, without a doubt, we are publishing this story.
That's good.
We were initially, because the pandemic was going on and because of what the book, the subject that the book touches on, we were like, okay, how do you think it's going to be received? But it has been well received. It's been well reviewed. As I said, the story itself, it it almost mirrored what we were going through as far as going through this pandemic and, the health crises in general.
Yes.
But the book is awesome. The book is one of those that you will not put down. Definitely a page turner.
Oh my God. Okay. That is something that I know I need reading material because I spend a lot of time at the beach, and this is definitely something I need to get a hold of.
Send me your address. I will mail you copies out.
Well, say no more. Holy mackerel. Yes. And I love to, if it's as good as a read as you say, I'm sure it is, we may want to get a hold of the writers and get them on the program.
Oh, she would definitely love that. She's the type that, because this is her book, because this is her baby,
yes.
She wants to talk about it. She wants to tell people about it. She wants to.
What's the writer's name again?
Carla Nappi. Carla with a K, Nappi.
Got it. Okay. All right. We will. I'll get my hands on this and go through it. I love the way the cover looks as it is. Wow. Okay, that's something. All right, so with this company that you're doing now, this publishing company, how many books are running through your publishing company as we speak? Either past or current.
Let's see. You're gonna make me count.
Yes, I am.
I am looking at probably 20 titles.
Wow.
We have already released. We've already released about 8 titles. Next month, in the month of July, we're going to release 8 titles alone, 8 horror titles. July is the horror month preview special.
Uh-oh. July is horror month, you said?
Yes, for the previews magazine.
I won't be available. I'm sorry. I won't be available. I mean, if that says anything about my feelings about horror, then I won't be available. I'm not available. I'm sorry.
Well, we're dropping 8 titles in July alone.
It's really interesting. I've been a Walking Dead fan. I saw Halloween when it first came out in the theater, although I was in the top deck and with my hands, I'm looking through the cracks in my fingers to view the movie the entire, okay, so well over 20. Now, what's the norm? Are other independent companies out there that you are aware of? What is their norm in terms of the number of comics that they carry?
Well, it depends because take a company like Scout, for example. And looking in the previews magazine, there are times they'll have 13 titles listed in the magazine alone.
Wow.
So
okay.
I'm figuring, they have a very decent number of titles, and then they have a second imprint with their children's books, which is more titles. So
I see.
They're a pretty big company.
But how do you recruit these people? How do you get people to sign on with you? Just like Major League Baseball, Major League Football. How do you get these people to sign on with you and not with someone else?
We have the best contract in the business, handwritten by me.
God, I'm glad. Oh my God, where are my Twizzlers? Where are my Twizzlers listed in this? I don't understand.
The biggest thing is Bradley Golden, who is the CEO, me, who is the COO, Peter Bro, who is our promotions and marketing guy, and Spike Gerald, who is our print guy. We're all independent comic book creators. That's where we started. None of us started as business guys or anything like that. We started out as independent comic book creators. So when we formed this company, we know exactly what these guys want because it's the same thing we want as independent comic book creators.
Right.
We've signed contracts that screwed us over where, we're thinking, okay, we're going to get all this money. And then they turn around and say, okay, well, all your royalties went on your print costs. Here's a check for $10. Keep it moving.
Wow.
So it happens.
Yes.
Because we know this, because we know that end of the business.
Yes.
And going into business, we said we're not going to be that way. We're going to be fair all the way down the line.
Well, that's great because that's what we need in this industry is fair and honest people. Black and white, simple as that, fair and honest. If you're going to lie to us, then guess what? We're hitting the bricks. You're not going to see our butt anymore. And and that's fantastic. All right, so we're down to the last 5 minutes. So I'm going to ask you, this is the question I ask at the end of all my shows, basically. And it could be, turned down. You don't have to answer. That's fine. You're not hurting my feelings, but it's just something that I thought I create for the end of every show, every interview that I do. And that's basically, if there was something that you knew about yourself or something else, anything else that no one else knew, what would you tell us here for the first time ever?
Well, as I said,
hold on. I need to put you in the big screen so we can see your eyes and see if you're lying or not. But go ahead.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'll take the glasses off.
Yeah, do that. You do that. There you go. Okay. Honest eyes, man. You got honest eyes. I see that.
If there's one thing about me that I know that everyone else doesn't know, is that I am really a shy person.
Damn. I need to hold on. I got a response to that. Okay. All right. I really got a nice response for what it is you just said. You're shy, and I don't know you as well, but I know enough of you to do this. Okay, monkey butt. Okay. Monkey butt. That's someone did this to me and they thought they put it up, but that's monkey butt. And if you're shy, man, you've been on panels, you've been on interviews, and you seem like you are far from it. You're the far end of the spectrum on this assessment of yourself.
Well, I'm not saying that my father was Joe Jackson with the belt, but I come from a family that has performed, that sings, and I have myself been speaking in front of people for a very long time. Okay. So I know how to do it. I know what to do when I'm up in front. What the people don't see is my toes crossed and curled up because I'm nervous in front of the camera, or they don't see my palms sweating and whatnot. But I know what to do, so I do it. But I am really the more of laid back, chill. I would rather be in the back watching things, and afterwards come up and say, "Hey, that was great," when nobody's looking, because it's more comfortable. It's my comfort zone. Gotcha. But being an old man now, there's no such thing as a comfort zone. You do what you need to do when you need to do it.
Yeah, I can relate, because people would not believe, they think I'm lying too. They would not believe that I am both an introvert and an extrovert. I'm an extrovert when I have to do what I have to do. I'm an introvert when I want to get away from all of that and I go into my own shell. I'm a homebody like you wouldn't believe. We live in Florida, man. It's sunshine all the time. If you don't get bored of that, then, I don't know what you get bored of. I'd rather go to Walmart than Disney. Okay. I'd rather to watch Netflix than go out to a movie theater. And when I do go out to a movie theater is when I know a lot of people aren't going to be there. So I do a lot of bargain matinees, I get it. I know exactly where you're coming from.
I often say I am an introvert pretending to be an extrovert.
Right.
Because that's exactly what it is. I can pretend to be an extrovert. Because like I said, I do what needs to be done. Because it needs to be done. And at that point or that moment, only I can do it.
Yes.
So, yes. Yeah. And you know exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, I have to step up and do it.
Absolutely. But I did not get into the moderating job, the hosting job, if nobody had, literally forced a mic in my hand and pushed me up on a stage. I mean, that's when you find out a little bit more of yourself that you never knew existed,
Yeah, exactly.
So I totally agree with that. Okay. So we're going to push you off now. And
all right.
I just want everybody to know that if you have not we got a crawler at the bottom of the screen here. The other one was worldofblackheroes.com, as well as independentcreatorsconnection.com, that each you guys need to visit. If you don't know who this gentleman is, of course, there he is. You can spell it now if you couldn't hear it, but that is Marcus H. Roberts. And he is one of my friends. And I tell people, before you are listening to Marc Knows Everybody, and those everybody's happen to be people that I in fact know personally, and I want you guys to get to know them as well. So thank you so much for this, Marcus. Thank you so much for this short time, but I'm sure there's a ton of stories you can tell. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me, man. And I look forward to doing it again. I look forward to seeing you again.
Same
and
here.
As I said, get your address to me, man, so I can get those books to you.
I will get that address because I really need to get into these books, and I appreciate it. Everybody else, Marcus, thank you so much. Everybody else right now, we're going to go to a quick commercial, and we'll be back with our next two guests.
I'm GW Pomacher.
I'm Dina Marie.
I'm Sage Ia.
I'm Thomas Carter Rochester.
Hey, I'm David Thompson.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Mia.
Hi, I'm Mark.
Hey there, this is Dave Adams.
Hi, I'm Rosemary Rose.
Jerome Conner here.
Hey guys, it's Josh Bauer.
Willow Schuyler.
I'm Cosplay Michael.
It's your boy Country.
I'm Ryan Permison.
And I'd like to ask you guys,
Please subscribe.
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 Subscribe.
Please subscribe to HWWS
Web TV.
Great bunch of people.
and don't forget to smash the bell.
Ring that bell.
Smash that bell.
Hit that bell.
Hit the bell to be notified.
Hit the bell to get notified of new shows
And videos.
You're going to want to do that, so do that soon. So we can cross that 20,000 mark.
And get us to 100,000 subscribers
To 1 million and 10 million and 100 million.
on HWWS.
Web TV.
You really like it. I guarantee it. Thank you.
All right. It looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with our next two guests. Stan, I'm responding to what you're saying. I cannot see you at all. You need to readjust your camera. Go into the cam mic settings, and it needs to recognize whatever camera you're using. Now, for instance, I have a laptop camera, but I also have a standalone camera, which is Logitech. And I made sure that I told the settings that I'm using the Logitech camera. So I don't see you guys at all. I remember Tracy was in, and then she clicked that cam mic setting to show that she was not. So yes, jump off and jump back in if you can. In the meantime, guys, the HWWS family, which is our partner with all of our viewings here, we pretty much show on our Facebook page, our personal Facebook page, but we get a much broader audience showing through their page. And if you saw the video that's just played here, which HWWS, there's a lot of things that you guys can get involved in. But the number of shows that we have involved with HWWS is phenomenal. And I can't begin to tell you how much content there is and how many things of interest that you guys can get involved in. We are on YouTube, so you can actually go on YouTube and type in HWWS in the search bar, and it'll come up with a bevy of programming, the whole 9 yards. And Stan and Tracy are still trying to get in. It is still your camera settings, guys. It is on your end. I know they're trying to connect, but it is not working, and I'm sure that it's not. Oh, another thing, make sure you're doing probably all of this through Chrome. I think if you click the link, I don't know how much that matters, to be honest with you, but sometimes that helps if you have Chrome, if you can hear us. But in the meantime, there are a lot of things that has been happening with the series of shows. Saturday Morning Cartoons is one of the things that we do every week on Saturday mornings. And we go back to your day, not saying you're old, but we go back to comics that you remember back in the day. And we also do, of course, this show, Marc Knows Everybody. And also do a classic television SmackDown show every other Friday. And we kind of focus on live action shows back in the day that we all watched. Last weekend, Rose, my co-host, focused on Charlie's Angels. So we did a whole show on Charlie's Angels. We did a show on $6 Million Man, I think. I think my turn comes up not this Friday, but the following Friday, and I think I'm going to be doing something on Quinn Martin Productions. So let's see what happens then. So anyway, Terry, my buddy over there in Ireland, is great with keeping up with promoting us. We didn't even ask. He does this on his own accord. He's not obligated to do any of this, but he does it anyway. But our list of shows that we have going on, I know Lights, Thunder, and Action Show is happening right now. Don't leave this show to go see that. You can always rewatch any of our content, any of our programming on our YouTube channel. So, you know, if you missed Lights, Thunder, Action Show, you'll be able to see them again. I just got a notice they're about to start in 3 minutes, but of course you're going to want to be here. So anyway, I don't know what Stan and Tracy can do. They said they have a new laptop, and the new laptop somehow is not connecting. So I'm sure they're trying to put things together. We're trying our best to keep you guys entertained. So we're going to wait for our guest. So I'll go ahead and play another promo for you guys. Take a look. Of course, that's our show that we show on Saturday mornings. We were looking forward to having Stan and Tracy on this evening. They're very, very distressed right now. I told them, calm down, no worries, no big deal. If we cannot get them up and running to you guys within the next 5 minutes, let's say, we're going to try for Friday night. Okay, so Friday night will be a big night for them. I haven't even cleared it with them if they are even available, but let's just say that hopefully you guys will be able to see them Friday night. Oh, I see. They're using Microsoft Edge. I'm typing them now. Get off that. Firefox or Chrome only. Yeah, let's see what happens. So the platform that I use is called StreamYard, and StreamYard is very good. I'm very happy with them, but they can get a little sensitive in terms of what browser they're broadcasting through. So that's one of the things that stupid me, I should have told him this. I haven't had any problem with any other guests yet, and I'm sure that this will be rectified. It's just a learning curve. It's no big deal. It's a rookie mistake, and it's just a learning curve. If you guys want to be a guest on this show, hit me up, mblshowhost.com, mblshowhost.com, or any of our other shows that you can message through. Tell them you want to be on Marc Knows Everybody. And I love to know more about you, as much about you as I possibly can, as my friends on Facebook. And I just don't Facebook anybody. You can't just message me and say, I think you're very interesting. I love to be your Facebook friend. Nope. It's a deal breaker. I have no idea who you are. You could be Chinese. So probably the last thing you want to do is start out with compliments. Okay. Like I say, you could be Chinese. You could be my tax guy. You could be the government. Anyway. Oh, yes, I remember. Remind me when I'm up. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. That's Lorraine. I think she's drunk, too. I've streamed your show. Yes, you have. And I love it when you do that. So how did I get on your list? I think you asked, Lorraine. Oh, boy. Anyway, so hello, Rose. I hope everyone has been enjoying Classic Television SmackDown. We all have. We think it's very interesting. We think it's very popular. I'm going to do something right now for you guys. If you guys will hang in, because we're only going to give those guys, less than 5 minutes to try and connect. I hope they are doing fine. HWWS. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a sample of what it is we at HWWS do also here at MBL. Let's see, click, 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 click. All right, as you can see, this is the HWWS web TV page. And if you span down, you can see a number of shows. Willow's Pillow Talk. Divine Femmes Burlesque. Ooh, okay. Anyway, so we do a lot of shows. You know what? Let's open this up. Let's see what.
Tell me how you first started with the burlesque scene.
Okay, well, it's a pretty fun story. So I was doing stand-up, and I had kind of found my peoples in like the theater world. So one of the things that they do at Gas Station Theater every year is have a fundraiser called Girls, Girls, Girls. And every year there's a theme.
False alarm.
And the very first year that I was asked to do it, somebody had seen me doing stand-up at the King's Head.
Okay, so there are some burlesque queens that are there and looking dandy. So there's a lot of content. I think you guys, an interview with MacGyver creator.
This is the checkers game where grandson and granddad will bond.
Yay, skip ads. I love it when that happens.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
And as you can see, that is Garrett Pomacher, and he is the host of his own show, Hanging With Show. And these are just a few of his segments. I'm just kind of bebopping through here and seeing, oh, this is the author and creator of MacGyver. Okay. So Garrett did a great show on that author. I haven't seen it, but I know it's great. I don't need to fake it. I know it's great. But he... let's hear him here first.
And I said, Eric, I need help. I'm not a novelist. I've never done this before. And if you'll help me do this, you know, your name can come first. I don't care. I know who the characters. And of course, he was a huge MacGyver fan also. And so we just kind of set to work on it and said, let's see what this is. And we'll do at least 3 books, see what happens. So we're working on book 2 now. We've already got an idea.
All right. So as I said, you know, we do interviews. We try to get celebrities on when we can, when they're available, and we bring them online. So look, we're going to end the show. Stan and Tracy could not connect, and that is no big deal. It will get ironed out, and we will try to reschedule them for Friday. So keep a check on my Facebook page for a new banner popping up saying a new guest that we have for Friday. And let's see if we can have them on then. So in the meantime, I thank you guys for joining me for tonight. It's been great. I can watch what comes on at 8:30. Oh, I can watch Andy Griffin. Yay, I can watch Andy Griffin. Guys, you've been fantastic. So great to have Marcus on this evening. We will have Stan and Tracy on. If they're listening, if they can hear me, no frets, no worries. You will be a victim of my next show. Everybody else, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And we will check you out either Friday night, but definitely Saturday morning. So check us out then, okay? Wow. Well, guess what? We're going to have a second segment. They figured out how to get on. I see them down there in the lobby. Too bad I don't have cream pies, custard cream pies, because I know Stan's got the biggest freaking beard in the world, and I would love to see him try to clean that thing. Ladies and gentlemen, hang around. Hopefully no one has gone. If not, don't leave, Terry. We're going to have Stan and Tracy on. I am so happy to bring them up. So, okay, good. You guys are still hanging in there. Great. Thank you. Here we go. Let me bring them up so I can curse them out. What the hell? It's streaming 101. It's streaming 101. You understand? Why couldn't you find a 5-year-old? Why couldn't you find a 5-year-old? What's wrong with you?
We don't have access to a 5-year-old anymore.
Well, get the work in. You can go off now. I'll see you in 5 years. Okay, but hi guys.
Hi, Mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a lot of further ado, we have here two incredible people, and I'm glad I got to I can drink beer on Friday now. Yay! I'm glad that they are joining us. You're not going to believe who these folks are. I'm panning through my stuff here. The beautiful lady on the right is not Stan.
No, not
the ugly dude on the left is not Tracy. Okay, but as a pair, Wonder Twin powers activate.
Supposed to beat me with the
dude. Hold on for a second, because let me see. I didn't drop your bio yet, did I? Oh crap. Okay, I can bring it back. Oh, all right. So guys, welcome. Two incredible people, Stan and Tracy Konopka, and did I say that right, by the way? Konopka?
Yes, very good.
Like Panaska. Hey, get your finger out of my nose. Okay. Anyway, so darn it, you gotta freaking. You touched me right in the nose there, right? And you.
Sorry, you look like you had an itch.
Didn't do you? That wasn't an itch. Anyway, so let me read you guys Stan's bio first, and then I'll get to Tracy's, because Tracy's is a freaking Bible, the conceited little slut. Anyway, so no. Let me read you guys a little bit about my buddy Stan here. A ravenous reader from a young age, Stan had found his home in the pages of books. Being able to feel and live the stories of other people eventually led him down the dark and lonely path to become a writer. Now consumed by the very words he once loved, the writer he had become. Dun, dun, dun. With the hit three. Oh, got it. With the hit. Wait a minute. Stand by, guys. I'm failing here for a minute, but I was prepared. But I was prepared when you were supposed to be here. All right, let's try this again. With the hit 3-part series, The Rejected, from Source Point Press, he claimed his place in the world of the written word. Other credits include a writer. He's writer of The Man with No Horse. I went through the forest on a man with no horse. A one-shot Western revenge comic. Other credits, let me get this out of your face. Other credits include writer of, I said that already. He was also the writer of the Rejected series. Other projects include, who proofed this? Other projects include Black River, Bloody Knuckles, and more. Stan Konopka, writer of the highly acclaimed, award-winning, I feel like I'm reading about Moses here, writer of the highly acclaimed, award-winning graphic novel series, The Rejected. Stan started reading the classics at a young age and hasn't stopped since. Liar, because you're watching. You're not reading nothing now. On a lifelong mission to consume all the words. Okay. His passion for the macabre led him down the road to becoming a horror writer, published by the fastest growing comic book publisher in the industry, Source Point Press. Founder of Nemesis Studios, writer, letterer, executive producer, ladies and gentlemen, Stan Konopka. How you doing, brother?
I'm alive after that long intro. I didn't think you'd read the whole thing.
I didn't read that. I didn't write that crap. Of course, I am obligated to read it. Okay, so of course I know I would, because it shows you off, and I like showing off my friends. This is what this show is all about. To find out as much information, interesting information about my friends, and this is what I'm doing. Tracy, I gotta find your bio. I have it, but I think you didn't. You put it up. Did you mail me your bio?
I emailed it. Yeah.
You did.
Is that now?
Oh, I thought I already. No, I usually copy and paste real quick when I get stuff from you. It's probably stuck somewhere. How you guys doing? So what's the deal? How did you get on? While I'm looking here, how did you get on? What happened?
We went on through my phone.
Oh,
Still
you
haven't figured out the computer. Yeah.
You know what? That's a great picture from your phone. Oh, don't tell me
That's why I keep itching your nose.
Oh yeah, stop that.
Trying to.
Stop it. This is
Did I get
not,
it? Where is it?
Is this an apple? Stop that. Is it, oh, wait a minute. Do that again. Do that again. Oh, it's so smooth, man. I love it when she touches me. You know what? I gotta go in. I gotta find my mail so I can get your bio, because there is so much. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself while I'm searching?
Hi, I'm Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. It's been 72 days since. Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
I am the owner, founder, editor-in-chief of There, and There Editing and Proofreading. It's proofreading and editing. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. I started. I'm self-taught, and it's an OCD thing that I cannot. I've always been really, really, really good in school, and I was really good in English, and it really bothered me a lot when anytime I would see. I'm better with written words than I am with speaking them.
Hello,
it's just, hi. Hi. So yeah, I just one day I was helping Stan with probably the man with no horse, and I said, I wonder if people would pay me to do this. And he's like, yeah, because I was always doing it anyway, and I was doing it as favors and doing it to the newspaper and anywhere else I could find it. So I just started doing it, and here we are.
Where do you guys live? Where are you exactly?
I'm not telling you that. I might be in
Look, okay, I was the one that was put in Facebook jail, and the freaking cops found me. You know, I got friends now.
We are in Eastern Pennsylvania.
Eastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Eastern, she said.
Eastern. Apparently I have an accent too. I've learned that recently. That I have a Philly accent or a Pennsylvania accent or a whatever it is.
Okay. So that part of Pennsylvania hopefully is not in Eastern Pennsylvania. It's Easton, right?
Eastern. What's Eastern Pennsylvania?
We live in the woods. In Pennsylvania.
You live in the woods in Pennsylvania, like the gang in Sweet Tooth. If you're watching Sweet Tooth right now.
Oh, there's a road around here called Axe Handle. Let me tell you something about that road. I think that road is the reason for some of those horror movies.
Did you say the road is called Scandal?
Axe Handle.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's terrible. It's so scary. And your phone has no service. None. It was the scariest place I've ever been.
Well, how are you guys getting service then?
We got out of it. How are we getting service?
No, we don't live anywhere near there. I don't know
yeah, no, that was
about.
Yeah, that was a while. Oh, shut up.
You know, I will find you. I'm still looking for your. I think you lied to me.
Send it. Do you want me to send it again?
No,
I can't. I'm using my phone for this.
Yeah, you can't send it now. We know you don't know how. Now, did you have Chrome and or Firefox on that new laptop?
It won't let me download it.
That's impossible.
No, I swear to you, I went on the Microsoft Store and it won't let me download it.
It won't even let it come up when Microsoft Edge is programmed into the computer.
Is that what the computer is? It's a Microsoft Edge, or you're talking about the
The browser.
The browser. Okay, you got to download Google first. You got to get Google on that laptop first, and then type in Chrome or type in Firefox. Don't go through Microsoft Edge's browser to do that, because I can understand how they're set up to prevent people from doing that. So Google is your first attempt when you get time. All right. Okay. let me talk to Stan first. Okay. This comic, The Rejected. Tell me a little bit about Rejected, what it's about. How did you come up with this idea?
It originally started as a 5-page warm-up script, something I like to do before I sit down and write for real. One of my friends, Joe Clark, told me to check out SourcePoint Press, and I went to them at a show. They took a look at it and said, sure, give me 45 more pages. So there we go. It began like that. And the idea was just supposed to be a little bit of an anti-bullying horror flick or horror book that turned into, that's art from A. Shea Han, actually. That should be in the omnibus. I'm pretty sure it is. Then, of course, the first book would be, what was it called? Oh, yeah. Who's Got Billy's Back? It was just about a little boy named Billy who's beaten, abused, and bullied. And at his moment of weakness, he meets Mr. Teeth, as you see on your screen. That's Kayla Valario, the Garden State Comic Fest variant cover. There have been a lot of covers. It's crazy.
Wow.
With, lots of good people on these books.
And you went through SourcePoint, so this is obviously available to get. And I want to try and put a banner up promoting your works. So what should I put in the banner?
SourcePointPress.com. You can pre-order everything right on there.
Oops. Boy,
we just got out of the May issue of Previews magazine. So, and Netflix, or not Netflix, Amazon. I put my name in, it pops up on there, and I don't know.
I prefer the writers get full royalties from this. I know you guys have to split with Amazon, so I usually don't promote people's books that are on Amazon and prefer they go straight to the source. If you get, oh no, hey, I just made a funny. Go straight to the source.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my God. Did you just grow a second set of eyes, Tracy, or did you already have those glasses on?
No, I had contacts before. These are very recent. Thank you for noticing. I see better with them.
Yeah, that's okay. It's you're cute in either format. Put it that way.
Oh, thanks. You're cute too.
I'm sending you an invoice. Don't worry about it. Stan's my boy. Stan, so let me ask you, man. So is horror your forte? Have you written anything other than horror? I don't know. The man with no horse. That was Western. So that question has been answered. But have you gone anywhere else?
I'm currently writing a bunch of different stuff. I like horror because I think it's an easy string to pluck. I think everybody has certain fears, and a lot of them can be combined into a character and evoke some sort of emotion from a book. I doubt you're going to be scared when you read a book that I write, unless, of course, you read. I got nothing. She's got headphones in still. I like writing everything, to be honest with you. Right now, I'm writing a weird Antarctica. I don't even know what it is yet. I spent all night last night. Oh, look how bad my eyes are. I must have been after the show. I've spent a lot of time last night writing about Antarctica and researching it, and
that's
certain things like that.
So let me interrupt for a minute. So you're saying you're writing a horror story based in Antarctica?
I don't know if it's a horror yet. Wow. I'm not sure.
So you're still doing the research, but you haven't drafted a outline yet or anything? Right?
I have about 12 pages of outline that I did last night. Now I just have to get the names, locations, and dates correct. I don't want to be too off of accurate when it comes to that, because it's something you can easily look up.
Wow.
And I don't know. I'm going to take it from there. There's a lot of weird crap, especially on YouTube. Just put in Antarctica secrets or Antarctica anything, and you'll get miles and miles of hits telling you where to go look for this video, that video. So
yeah,
I figured, what the hell? Why not?
Well, let me ask you, how long? Well, not necessarily this project that you're on right now, but what's the typical time frame of you to write a book? And I guess we have to start from research to publication. You know, what's an average time span for some, or for you particularly?
For me to get stuff done, I would say I could do, if I'm on a roll, 10 pages a night. So you figure some books are 22, some books are 40 and 60. So they typically take a little longer, but the longer the book, the more the research I do. And I go back and check and make sure I didn't say this in the first, and now in this second part here, I'm contradicting myself. So there's a lot of different revisions. But as far as writing goes, I can get, I don't know, maybe 3 months from start to finish for a smaller one. I mean, that's with a good artist and a great letterer, by the way. That's not alone. Like, I have to consider what the artist is going to be able to put on the page. You know, I have to consider where the letters are going to go and how the letterer is going to put something together. So sometimes you can get away with a real light page, a real light page of explanation to the artist, and then they just take it and create an entire world around a couple of small things. And then I go back in, I change the script, and I rewrite stuff. And so, I mean, the process could be as long as you want it to be. It depends on how many pages you have, really.
Yeah, I don't know, Rosemarie, if you're still on. You know, it's one of my co-hosts from my other shows, and a writer in her own regard. I hope you're listening to all of this, because I always have great stuff in my head. I just can't write. I hear people say, "Oh no, just start with a empty sheet of paper and just start writing." And yeah, it's easier said than done. I do put stuff on my Facebook page, these little short little kind of like Far Side type of, if you've seen them, it's either God talking to Adam and Eve, and I used to do that a lot during football season, because Adam wants to watch football. God's a big football fan, but then there's Eve. And I did these little short little bits on my Facebook page, where it's the aliens are basically watching Earth and its progress and what they're up to now. And I, kind of hysterically conversation. What's that?
I said they're probably laughing hysterically right now.
And that's usually the respect of it. That's usually what it's about. They're laughing at us and the dialogue that goes on when the commander is talking to, crew member, blah, 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 blah. But in terms of going any further past that, I'm a loser. Typically a 100% no account knucklehead when it comes to, I think I'll write a book. And you're kidding. So for both of you, because you're both writers and into writers and all that kind of stuff, and here's the question right here, which is not a question, it's a statement, but here is the question based on this. How do you do the discipline? Where does that come from? How can you, what's that?
Deadlines.
Oh, that's pressure. That's a stress thing. I would lose. I mean, I'm good at stress at work when I have to design a house or a building or something like that. But something like this, I don't know if I can do it. What about you, Tracy?
It's definitely, for me, discipline is something that's kind of built in to me. It's just how I was a Marine. I was, I like structure. I think it's just how I am. But it's easier. It is honestly difficult as far as running your own business, because you're the one who has to create that structure. Like, I still have my regular day job, and I know from 7:30 a.m. to whenever I'm done that this is exactly what needs to be done. It goes, I go into it's this and this and this and this. Whereas with editing or, any aspect of the business, it's a matter of learning. Like you said, you have to have the discipline. You also have to be able to know, okay, you need to do this from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and you need to do this from this time to this time. You have to have an actual schedule set up, and that can be difficult for someone who doesn't know anything about it.
Sure. Let me read your bio for everyone who's listening right now. You may get some special effects, some sound effects. You may get some background music, whether it's exciting music or it's going to be romantic music or dramatic suspense style music. Here we go. Let's start with this. Doom, 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 doom.
Sounds like the Incredible Hulk theme.
That's exactly what it is. Tracy Konopka, founder and editor-in-chief of There, and There. And people need to understand that the theirs are the three different spellings of theirs if they hadn't figured that out by now. Proofreading and editing, focusing on quality work for reasonable prices. Yeah, I heard that one before. Anyway, specializing in comics and graphic novels. Services include reviewing, proofreading, and copy editing various types of written works. Editor of the award-winning graphic novel series The Rejected from Source Point Press, and written by Stan Konopka, the highly acclaimed Inferno City Firehouse by Brian E. Lau, and The Following Casework, Volume 1 by Jack Holder, as well as numerous website articles and yet to be published stories. Executive producer of the movie, of the movie Rotten Tail, based on the graphic novel by David Hayes. Tell me about Rotten Tail.
Well, you probably know. We both are executive.
It's a story of a doctor who works in a communal lab who's doing research on a mutant bunny. The bunny gets out, the bunny bites somebody, and of course, they turn into an enormous mutant, crazy, bloodthirsty, sex-driven, drug-addled, murderous, bloody rabbit.
Certainly. I mean,
it's fantastic.
I got Bugs Bunny all over my mind right now, and it's like that's the rabbit bunny that's causing all of this. Wow. So when, where, how will we see this?
It's available now. You can get it on the Source Point Press website as a Blu-ray. I do believe it's streaming. I don't remember where it's streaming. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon. What is that? Optimus Prime? Amazon, that one.
Amazon.
I'm pretty sure it's on there.
Optimus Prime. Oh, but what's the format on this? This is obviously live action. Is there CGI work? Any special effects? What is it?
It's full of special effects. There's lots of blood, lots of gore. It's very campy. It knows its role, and it delivers everything.
It doesn't try to be anything else. So go into it knowing this is a campy movie
about a big bunny killing people and smoking herb.
Fun. It's only meant to be fun. So
you got me at Rabbit Bunny, so I knew for a fact that it's like, okay. There was a classic 70s TV movie. Oh no, actually I think it was at the theaters too. I think it was Night of the Leopards, Night of the whatever the formal name for a rabbit is, Night of the Leopards. Oh my God! Anybody in the chat room, if they can help me out with that. But that's interesting. You have a very, very beautiful picture here. I wish I could get up real quick. Maybe I can. I don't know. So what are you guys working on right now? What currently is your homework?
I am writing, I think, 4 different stories at the moment. Wow. None of which have been asked for. So that's kind of funny. The one that has been asked for, I still have trouble writing for some reason. It's that discipline that you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm writing that Antarctica one. I don't even know what the hell that is yet, but I have written one called Bloody Knuckles, and it's like John Wick meets Last Man Standing in Sin City.
Oh wow! Oh, I like that. They were just talking about John Wick today for some reason. I couldn't pick up on it, but so if these are all unsolicited works that you're doing, Stan, what do you plan on doing with it?
I take everything to Source Point Press first.
Gotcha. And is that like a bidding session? Are they bidding on what it is you?
No. I send in my script and they say yeah or no.
Okay, so you are a contract player with them.
Yes, yeah. For freelance, the Rejected, the new book is coming out July 27th, I think. It's the omnibus, so that's a pretty big deal for me.
Okay.
And Other than that, I'm just writing some horror and hoping I get some of them published. The problem really isn't how long it takes me to write them; it's how long it takes to fund them. So I could write 100 books a year, but the likelihood of me putting 100 books a year out are very, very slim.
Excellent. That's a great shot of you. That's great hair you got there, girl.
Thank you.
That's my girl.
Yes, that is your girl, and your girl is awesome. Night of the Lupin. It's Lupin. Oh, is it Lupin by or?
I thought that was a wolf.
Yes, it is a wolf. That's not right. It is something L-E in it. So that's there it is. Night of the Lepus. Yes, that is a 70s movie that I remember seeing. And what they were actually giant rabbits, but they were killers. And it's a movie that's in color. And it's not campy. It's as serious as you can get with oversized rabbits tearing people apart.
I'm down with that.
Put that on your list one day, if you see it, because the special effects back in those days, they did the best they could, and it wasn't a bad movie. These
practical effects are way better, in my opinion.
Back in the 70s or now?
Effects. That's because that's how I learned. all this new editing crap you see on Facebook. Oh, buy this spaceship bundle, and you can add novas to your home videos of your wife picking her ass on the porch.
Yeah, that's you're right.
What are you gonna do? They're expensive and they don't work. So I don't know. I like practical effects. You pull the string, the blood pack pops, done.
Yeah. Now you set up tables at conventions, right, Stan?
Constantly, yes.
Right. And you get a lot of traffic at your shows.
Most of the shows I do pretty well. I mean, I don't think I've ever really been to a stinker. But it really depends on you, to be honest with it. Not you personally, but
yeah, exactly.
The person going to I mean, you can either have a good time or have a rotten time. And either you're not selling, sometimes it gets rotten.
Right. And that was the Greater Philadelphia Comic Con when I met both you guys, right?
Yes, that's the show I used to work with.
And I have to say we hit it off well.
Oh, absolutely. We're still, look at us. 3 years later, we're still talking on the phone.
Isn't it some? It's been that long? Oh my God.
Yeah, sure. We lost a whole year.
All right. Let's get to the personal questions. Okay. Children, yes or no?
With you? No, thank you.
Dan, you don't know what you would get if you got me impregnated, buddy. So
I would knock the dust off that hair.
Dude, don't knock. My kid will probably come out with a beard. I'm pretty sure. Come out with a beard and Superman showdown or whatever. Yes, you do have kids. I'm going to answer this question for you. Okay. You have two. You have a boy and a boy, I think, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Wait a minute. Nope, not that one. Oh yeah, that's your child too.
That's a boy too.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting there. Where are you? Oh God, man, we're up. Dun dun dun.
Yep, that's my Storm.
Yeah, that's a good looking. That couldn't have been Stan's sperm. No way. That's got to be. You need to fess up, girl. Where'd that kid come?
Nope, that's 100% this guy here.
Really? Oh, he's 100% better looking than his dad. I know that.
Huh? I said I'm a sharpshooter. That's all I know.
And there, see, I think you had it out with Santa. That's where I think those children came from. That's what it was. See, you're sitting on his lap already. You can't fool us. You know, the cookies and milk are still on the table, but Santa's in the house. Hey,
joke's on you. Santa was him.
No,
I'm joking. It was a joke.
See, she's lying already, Stan. I think you ought to have a blood test. Get a blood test.
Cosplay.
Get a blood test. Oh, these are beautiful shots of you. But man, snow. My God, we don't have snow down here,
Oh,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
isn't that why everyone moves to Florida? Is because of this?
It's because of that. Well, that's why I moved away from Baltimore. I was born, bred, educated in Baltimore, but I got sick and tired of shoveling out my parking spots. That just got old.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you.
That got old real quick.
Pretty crazy snowstorms.
I am not shoveling the driveway. That is a perfect picture of you two. Okay, symbolizing your intelligence, obviously. Or your love for Baltimore. I don't know which one it is. So
I love Baltimore.
Yeah,
I know Baltimore Comic Con and the Ringo Awards are two of my favorite things to do all year long.
Okay,
I
so
love it.
So you've never been to Dragon Con?
Not yet, no.
Okay, that's going to be a rude awakening. If you can ever get a table, because it's kind of hard to get a spot. You know how most cons, when you got, people want to renew at the end of the con for next year's con, usually those best spots are taken or whatever. But I think that will be your awakening when you go to a Dragon Con. That's going to be something that you guys will not stop doing. I can't stop talking about it because I do talk a lot about Dragon Con, but I've been everywhere in terms of cons, and that's my favorite. All right, back to you guys. We did the kids, so you got 2 kids. What is the name and the age of the oldest?
That is Michael. He is going to be 26 on the 4th of July.
Holy moly! What'd you do? Have a baby when you were 5? That must have hurt.
But yeah, I was a baby. Having a baby. I was 18 when I had him.
Well, that's normal. You were an adult. That's adult age. Wow. And what is the age of the name and the age of the youngest?
Storm Kal-El, and he is 17.
You named him Kal-El?
Yes, Storm Kal-El.
Does he have a hyphen in his middle name?
Yep.
Wow. I like that.
Thank you.
Did you see the Superman episode last night?
No, the new series?
Superman and Lois, you got to see it.
I haven't started that one yet. We're on the last episode of The Witcher, and we just finished Shadow and Bone. And what was that other one we watched? Oh, we did start Sweet Tooth.
Same here. I'm on episode 4. Actually, I'll be on episode 5 tomorrow.
Oh, and Loki. We've watched that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. All the things. Let me ask you, if you were to give any advice to anyone who, you're talking to me now, okay? If you were my friend, he always wanted to write, but he doesn't know how to go about it or even how to get it published. What would you suggest my friend do?
I would tell your friend to Google some scripts if he wants to write comics or they want to write comics. Google scripts, see how they're written. I would guess that you would try to incorporate your work and your words into that script. Like if you have an idea for, I don't know, superhero script, you would find a superhero comic that you like and you would look and see how it's written. And then you would try to imitate that with your own words, maybe not the same panel counts and all that stuff, but you just sit down and you put an idea in your phone. It doesn't matter if it's on paper or laptop. You can write anywhere now. Just use your phone, write down an idea. And later on, you go back, look at the idea, and say, oh, I could add this to that idea. And next thing you know, you're sitting down at your computer for 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, just typing out things that you think you can write. And then you find an editor and you hand them the big ball of work and you have them tell you that it sucks 71 times. And then finally you get your 115 pages whittled down to 60, 40, 50 in that area. 22 pages is an average book right now. That's a decent book, and that's really not that hard to write. That's
you know what? But even in the field that I'm in now, I'm not good with criticism.
Oh man, you just see that's the problem. You didn't grow up a fat redheaded kid in the 70s. I have rhinoceros skin at this point.
Wow, I get it.
The word no has been told to me so many times that you're going to have to do it in a drastic new way to affect me anymore.
Yeah, but what makes you pick up that pencil again and write something different, or do you still keep that copy that was rejected and show it to somebody else?
I like to be coachable. So if someone tells me there's a problem with A, then I will take a look at A and see if there's any way I can do that better. And then obviously when I'm done, I bring it back to them and, it goes on from there. The hardest part about getting a publisher is finding one that's accepting submissions, because a lot don't accept unsolicited submissions.
Oh, you need an agent. They will take submissions, but it have to be represented by a legal entity, right?
I don't know. I don't have an agent. I won't have an agent. Why would I pay 10% for something I can do? I talk just as fast as they do.
Right. Yes.
So
yes.
I don't know. Like I said, I weasel my way into stuff, but publishers, it's difficult because sometimes they don't, have open submissions. But you go on their website look up their submission guidelines and then follow them. If they say put a question mark behind every sentence, put a damn question mark behind every sentence, or they'll throw it out. They won't even bother.
Right.
So just follow their rules, and if your work speaks for itself, they will either say, hey, we would like to work with you, or hey, why don't you work on this and see if you can't change this? And of course, sometimes there's the big no. That's my dog.
That's my regular boo-boos.
The one on the left, right? No, I'm just kidding.
I love them both, though.
So Tracy, if I did submit to you, yes. Okay, and you rip it to pieces, you tear it up, or I got a lot of,
I'm not quite that brutal. I'm not quite that brutal.
But no. I would suspect that I would suspect that a level of honesty would unfortunately take you into that brutality realm, right?
I'm very diplomatic with how I word things. I try to be anyway. I'm not going to come out and say this really sucks.
Well, that's the difference. People that write stuff that really sucks know it really sucks already. So if Tracy gets into something and it's like, oh my God, this is horrible, then all she has to do is make it better.
or if I got something, maybe something isn't quite ready for me yet. Then I would just make a suggestion at that point that, well, the story needs to be tightened up a little bit, let's do this, that, or the other thing. But I'd be happy to be involved in that and answer any questions, and help along the way.
Do you think you're really good at what you do?
I do.
Okay.
So do I. She's very good at it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I was looking for.
And I'll be the first person to tell you, speaking, you would never know with me speaking. I'm terrible with my work, with these words. But when it comes to written words,
yeah,
and visuals, I'm just sorry, I'm on point, because it really bothers me. It bothers me so much when grammar is wrong.
Does that come from reading a wide variety of writings?
Possibly. I've always, I even remember in junior high, I was really good at the creative writing. I think it's just always been a thing. I've been a very avid reader since I can remember. I was reading the Babysitter Club books, and I just always was reading. So it very is possible that that's what it came from.
So if I submitted you a haiku, you could tell me immediately if it sucks or not?
I could tell you if it was grammatically correct or
not. Tracy reads, rain falls. Tracy's gone.
I think you're supposed to have.
I don't think there was 5. There wasn't a 7 in there anywhere.
5, 7, 5. Yeah.
See what I tell you? What I suck. Forget it. I'm a loser.
So look, now you know. So now we would sit there. Look, now we would sit there. Okay, this is what you want to write about. So let's see how we can turn that second sentence, second phrase, into 7 syllables.
Okay, now that you've told me, don't tell me what to do. Okay. So see, I told you I don't take. Stop that. Anyway, so no, that's interesting because I've had a lot of writers, a lot of authors on this show so far, and I'm really intrigued by the information that they provide you, and I'm hoping that people that are watching are picking up on all these small little tricks and tips that you guys are suggesting or offering to us or things like that. And that's what makes it really incredible how my friends are so intelligent. My friends are so into things that I'm not into, and they love what they do, and they know how to talk well about what it is that they do. And it would entice people who probably slightly thought about doing this, but hasn't really had any encouragement. I mean, I had friends say, "Oh God, Mark, you need to write about your convention experiences." Well, if I
broad sentence. That's a broad statement.
Yeah,
when you're starting with nothing, with a blank piece of paper.
You sent that folks to space. You could probably write one hell of a book, my friend.
Well, half the people I know would have to be dead before I get her to publish it. That's the thing. Either I go and knock them off myself, or hope to God nature takes over and it's like, oh, I can write about that one today.
Be careful. You might want to look out front. I don't know if those cops are still wandering around.
Hey! I got pictures that'll last me a lifetime because they are all on my surveillance cameras, man. You sit here and you see these freaking guys with the. They got their bulletproofs on. I'm like, look, I was just off that morning. I won't hurt you. I promise, so things are like that. All right. So final question. And you know how my final questions go. You should. You can sway away from that screen, that view screen all you want, buddy boy, but it goes to both of you. And I'm looking for 2 answers. All right. So you're talking to me. This is me, not Dr. Phil. Okay. This is me. Okay. If there was something, hey, where are your children, by the way? Where are they?
Michael is at his house with his girlfriend at his apartment, and Storm is upstairs probably playing COD or COD or whatever they call it.
Okay. Good. They're not around.
Oh, you're just making sure that they're not here.
You got it.
They're not here.
Good.
Until you mention it.
Here we go. You ready? Here we go. All right. If there was something, either about yourself or something that you've seen, something that you did, if there was something that no one else knew, and I'm going to make this very interesting, because usually I say your spouse could know about this, but no, not this time. Even your spouse didn't know, and you're about to tell me all about it. What would you bring up? Remember, I want you two to remain married. Okay. I would hate it if you were just trying to pacify me, because that won't work. I would like something that you think the other spouse never knew. It could be funny. It could be tragic. Okay. What would you tell this audience?
One time when I was younger and I worked at a sheet metal fabrication place, I used to make air conditioning ducts and all that crap. One of the crane technicians grabbed the wrong wire and got fried to death in front of me. Now you tell me.
You wait a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't split the screen, but I was doing this. Okay. Tracy, you did not know that?
No, I did not know that.
Stan, did you just say it smelled bad?
Yeah, it was ugly.
That's burning flesh for you.
It was mostly the clothes. I mean, he smelled like steak.
Oh.
But the clothes and stuff weren't good.
Wow. Okay. Wow. You actually saw someone get fried to death in front of you. How old were you?
22, 23 maybe?
Yeah. You guys can play this tape back at any time you want. Tracy, your turn.
I've been thinking about this.
I want to be Oprah and make you cry.
Show her my picture naked.
Oh, no, that'll make me cry. But okay.
I have one. I have one.
Okay. You got it.
Please don't hold this against me.
Wait a minute. I just said to you, I didn't want to break up a marriage here.
No, it's not marriage breakupable.
Okay.
No, it's just,
you guys are a fantastic couple, and I hate to be responsible for that ending, but go for it.
Okay, so people, don't hold this against me because as a professional person, because this was a very long time ago. When I was in California at one point in this really, really nice hotel, very expensive. I was on the 6th floor and I was really not sober. And there was a prom walking across the parking lot and I flashed them.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the parking lot. That's what I'm sorry about.
May have been.
Wow. Well, good for you. Good. Well, is that good?
It was, it's a fun story.
Oh, yes.
From the 6th floor balcony. I was on the 6th floor balcony yelling in all my glory.
Oh, my God. Woo! And I'm sure they all stopped and fell
Oh, they
out
did.
and,
Well, the girls were trying to get their guys. Come on, let's go.
yeah. And the guys wanted to stay. Hell, they wanted to find a room. Wow. Okay, that's good. I like that. I'm happy. I am satisfied. First we see a death, and then we see the ruining of youth. How about that? So oh my God. Okay. Wow. No pictures. Damn it all to hell. Okay. Wow.
Thank God the internet wasn't so big back then.
Wow.
Oh, good Lord.
That's the reason I'm still a free man, because there was no such thing as the internet back then.
Wow. Okay. All right. I never flashed anyone. No, I'm pretty
did since, and I never did before that, as far as I can remember.
You're not really living if you're not hanging beef off a hotel balcony.
Wait. Well, I wasn't flashing anyone, but I did skinny dip.
Oh, I can't do that. I weigh too much.
Yeah. Now that so a bathing suit is going to make you lighter.
Well, I mean, if it's really, really tight.
Yeah, I hear you. There you go. Wow, you guys are crazy. Let me tell you, I am so glad to be you guys' friends. I'm really happy that you were.
Mark. We really do. We love you. We love you.
Oh, you love me?
Yes, we love you so much. Thank you so much for having us. You are such a neat person. You really are. Yeah, like I love that about you. You are just such a unique, neat individual, and
a special little flower.
Yeah, you're a special flower.
What? I appreciate it, but I'm focusing. I want to do this to focus on my friends, to let my other friends see what my friends are, what they do, and what they're capable of doing, because no one really knows each other on my friends book unless they friended me through someone they knew, things of that nature. But I have very, very unique. I'm very, very tight about my circle of friends. I really am. I'm so anal about who my friends are, because I want to take care of my friends, make sure they're okay, and I don't just offer up my services or my love or anything, yucky like that to just anybody. No, I mean, I talk to thousands of people at one time at one location on various occasions, but I still come home and sit on my couch and go through my Netflix or whatever, and I am entirely content. But in terms of gathering people, if I could rent a hall and just have everyone on my Facebook page attend, you will be surprised at the magic that comes out of all of you in one location. I just can't get there from people who just wants to friend me because they think I'm interesting. No, I have no idea who you are. So, I mean, hello, so I thank you guys so much. I really appreciate what you do. And if there's anything that I can do to encourage your careers and your success, folks that are watching, sourcepointpress.com. Check out Stan's work. Do you get a byline or do you get a credit, Tracy, in the books that you edit and things like that?
Absolutely. Yep, okay. I put it in my contract, actually.
Okay, good.
It doesn't have to be on the front page, but on the inside page, right, on the inside cover page. Then yes, just a little.
Right. It's very bad form not to include the entire team.
Yeah,
in the credits.
Everybody should be.
Sure.
People are.
I agree.
I've noticed lately that a lot of people have been arguing about that on Twitter, and I don't understand. Like, if you work on a book with 5 other people, why aren't 5 people on the credits page? It's just weird. I've never thought not to, but apparently that's a thing. So yeah, credit everybody.
Yeah,
absolutely.
narcissism to me that, you know, they don't want to share the glory, yet those people are responsible for their glory in the first place. So that's narcissist behavior.
It takes a team. It really does take a team to get the book or whatever it is.
Even
to
a video game or a movie, you just gotta work together. That's the best part about what we do. It's a collaborative art, and I am no good if my backup is no good, and the team is no good if they're not working together.
And I don't have a job if people aren't writing.
Well, Tracy, you don't do all this through SourcePoint, right?
Correct. That is correct.
So
yep.
you're. I mean, can we?
You can find me on Facebook. I don't have a website set up yet, but it is Tracy Konopka or there and there. It's ThereThereTheire, but you know, with apostrophe. But you can't do that.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I'm gonna get this wrong. I know it. You tell me what I got wrong. There, and see if I got this right. You tell me if I got it backwards at all. Oops.
There, and there.
Perfect.
Really?
Yep.
Woo! Did I spell there wrong? Did I spell the second word right though?
Yeah.
I did.
ERETHIER.
Yeah, it is IER, right?
No, EIR. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
I'm blind. I have to get really close.
Look, I haven't eaten yet. Don't do that.
See, look, you're not the suckiest writer. Look, you got it right first shot.
I haven't done that yet.
You know, and you know, I need to put down those little stories that I write on Facebook with the aliens and sometimes with God, because during football season, I'm always doing, you know, God is calling down to Adam. Hey, you know, hey Adam, hey Dad, how you doing? Hey, big games today, isn't it? Hey, yeah, you need a couple bucks to get your wife out of the house. Yo, I love you, God. Something like that, you know.
That's perfect.
See, that just came out of my head. I never wrote something like that before. That just popped in.
Well, write it down. Write it down real quick. Just that thought, just what you just said, and then go back to it later. That way it's not so overwhelming. You're not trying to write a book all at once.
Yeah, you got me. I just pulled up my freaking word processing program here, and yeah, I'll remember that. Okay. Guys, I love it that you were here tonight. I'm glad you got here tonight. You would have been Friday. We had a backup.
Sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning.
Okay. We had a backup for you to be on Friday, but you know, download Google first, and that'll free you. And Microsoft Edge will try to keep you, because set as default will keep popping up like crazy, you know, and you should have Google on there, and then you're kind of free to scour the world. I got Microsoft Edge on this computer too, you know, but I don't use it. I don't access it, but I'm still getting pop-ups. It still sends me like, hey, look at this. Hey, Mark, look at that, you know. Somebody's saying something. Let's see what they're saying. Who is this? Oh, yeah. It's Lorraine saying thank you, guys. Lorraine is a writer as well. She'll be on the show when she gets her act together and get in here. But there's a lot of writers. So is Rose. Rose is a great writer. She has a book out too, but I'm sure listening to you guys have probably, you know, sparked something in them to do it a different way, do it a better way, you know, whatever. So
I'll be honest with you here. I never thought I could do what I'm doing, and now I have a 240-page book coming out in July. So it hasn't been that long. So it's just nail it. Just get right to it. 240 pages is pretty huge for me.
I didn't ask you this. I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you this before we go. Do you handwrite all your stuff?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I learned to be kind of a hybrid, because I used to I would hand write everything.
Yeah.
Then that's my first draft. Then as I'm inputting it into the computer, I edit it myself for content and, you know, just add a little more here and there. But yeah, no, I don't do that anymore, because it takes me forever to transcribe it from a notebook to the computer. And I curse myself every time I have a notebook in my hand.
Yeah, I know in my early days of architecture, actually when I was in high school, we spent an entire semester just printing, you know, because that was back in the days before computer-aided drafting. I'm from old school, you know, pencil, eraser, you know,
mechanical pencil, protractor,
and spent it. And I was fantastic with my lettering, you know, but it was an entire season and it took its toll on my hands. And then this computer stuff came around. Like, oh my God, man, where was this when I needed it the most, you know?
Yeah.
So I get it. That's why I asked you, because I don't think I could write 240 pages out, you know?
No.
I can't do that.
Scripts are generally way less pages than the actual finished product.
Yeah, I would hope. I would hope. But okay, now we know. Well, all right. So, hey, thanks, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Stan, lovely Tracy. Love you guys. You guys are fantastic. Keep communicating on Facebook with me, and I'll insult you as usual. You know, especially Stan. But I really enjoy my guests tonight, guys. As you can see, you know, I have another great set of friends who came on tonight for this show, and I really appreciate them showing up. So we're gonna see you guys on Friday for Saturday morning cartoons, unless I pop up with a show on Saturday for Saturday morning cartoons, unless I pop up with a show for Friday. So thank you guys so much. I will talk to you guys sometime soon. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother.
Love you, brother. Love you back, man. Here you go.